What up, what up, what up, though? It's your girl, Candy. Um, as usual, I'm here at work, for work, and got my glasses on today, took the contacts out. I fucked myself up this weekend. But just want to talk to y'all a little bit about what happened to me this past day. It's partially going to talk about this past weekend, but also what happened to me really more so about yesterday, because I feel like it was all uncalled for. It was all on some bullshit. And more so, like, my question towards men, and I understand it's not all men, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying all men. I'm just saying, why are there some men that seem to, you know, be dramatic and do things like a woman, and, like, I'm sitting here confused and questioning, like, how can a man sit here and be such a hypocrite? Like, I don't understand how anybody can be a hypocrite. Like, don't get me wrong. I know there's times where, you might say something and then you do something. But to deliberately tell somebody not to do it and then you yourself turn around and do it, that makes no sense whatsoever. And that's where, like, I'm now at with somebody, and it was like, for a while, I really love this person, like really genuinely love them, and I did any and everything I could for them for years. And when it was all said and done, they just like upped and skipped. And then I was like, all right, whatever. I did what I had to do. I started, I may have struggled here and there. And, I'm still kind of in the sense of, trying to figure things out. And so it's been some time. I'm an empath, so I have feelings and things like that. So I had a feeling, so I reached out just to see, if everything was all right. And in doing so, there was just like a real quick reconnect, talk, this, that, and the third. Feelings, like some feelings was like involved with it at the same time, a little bit here and there. Like, I don't know. But then it was like, I'm like, well, with the situation that you got, I'm not about to sit here and mess with you. I'm not going to deal with you. Not at all. Now, if you can cut that bullshit and everything like that, no problem. Oh, well, let me handle it. And that's always been my other problem. No, let me handle it. Like, I'm the type of female that I feel like, yeah, as a man, it is your guys' job to handle most situations. But at the same time, as a woman, I should have input. And if I feel like I should have a place in it, I should have a place in it. That's about being, in a relationship, and, what's mine is yours and yours is mine. Like, your problems are my problems are your problems. Everything we share equally, not just the good, the bad, the ugly, the nasty, all of it. We have to share it together, because it's about teamwork and getting through things together. And, like, he always will talk about let me handle it. And I'm like, well, that's one of the problems, because I feel like you handle things very sloppily. I'm not a sloppy person. I have enough drama with my own self that I deal with, that I don't like for, things to get out, sloppily out in the world, because I'm like, I still want to make a name for myself and everything like that. And I'm like, I don't need all that bullshit. I don't need, cackling at work and shit like that. I don't do that shit. I'm not, sorry, I don't like that type of drama. So when, I said what I said, I'm like, all right, you want to work this out? Leave her alone. So he like, all right, bet, I'll leave her alone. So, quote unquote, left her alone. Kind of bullshitted me and lollygagged me, as he normally would do. And I feel like it pisses me off, because I'm a very genuine person when I say, look, just be upfront and honest with me. Don't sugarcoat shit. Just let me know what it is and let me make this decision. Don't try to make decisions for me. That's something that frustrates the hell out of me, and always has. And I have constantly asked people, don't lie to me, be upfront. Even if you feel like it's going to hurt my feelings, even if you think it's going to make me cry, just be upfront. Let me have the decision. And I feel like that's a thing of respect, because I do that to people. I try to be as real and upfront with people as I can. And I try to tell people, like, what's going on and how I feel about things the best way that I can. Don't get me wrong. I am human. I make mistakes. I am not very well with communicating at times. So, yeah, there's times where I might not say things right, or I might, spazzed out, because I've gotten to a point where it's like, I'm trying. I don't know how to say it other than to word vomit it. And even that's wrong. But sometimes to me, I'm like, I'd rather word vomit and possibly lose a friend than to continue to bite my tongue. Because that's just not me at times. Like, for real. And the end, I'm saying at times, it's not me at all. So to bite my tongue, it hurts me so much because it's like I don't like to do it. So, you know, dealing with him and all that shit, and then, you know, finding out, because I told him, I'm like, you know, you lie so much, I can't believe you on anything. So I'm like, I'm going to have to find out on my own. And in doing so, I did it very, very sleek. Like, nobody even knew what the fuck was going on. So then when I went back and I just asked him something, tried to be like, in a relationship, when you have problems, you keep your problems between you and that person. You don't sit here and add other people's. You don't snap off at other people. Because my whole thing, and this is exactly how I explained to my ex, like, I don't give a fuck if you just got done fucking a bitch. As soon as you pull your dick out that bitch, call me, text me, whatever, let me know. Because if that bitch go and tell her friend, and I see her friend in the street and her friend say something to me, I'ma snap the fuck off and believe her. But it's anything you say. Why? Because I've heard it from her before I heard it from you. Out of respect, can you let me know? Can you bring it to me first? So I ain't gotta hear it in the streets. People ain't gotta talk about me, look at me funny. Because that's real disrespectful. Like, and that's something I don't think men understand, like how disrespectful that shit is. We not, as women, don't get me wrong. Yeah, we be like, look, we don't want this, da 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 da. We also at the same time understand that you are human and you make mistakes. The problem is you make the same damn mistakes with different faces and you think it's a fucking excuse. That's not an excuse. When you're making the same mistakes, that's a choice. That's the difference between a mistake and a choice. So always doing the same thing, you're making the same decision. You're not making different choices. And that's what gets frustrating with women sometimes when it comes down to women and men. Because a lot of men will do the same thing over and over again and be like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. No, you're taking us for granted. You're thinking that we're always going to be there and we're going to take you back. No. You sitting there talking about something, oh, I'm making mistakes. No, you're making choices. Stop making the same damn choices and maybe you'll get different results. Like, I don't understand, like, where the mislogical concept is with that. When it comes down to most men, like, you sit here and get mad and you want to snap and this, that, and the third, and then you want to talk about something, you love somebody, but you still doing the same shit. You're not changing your approach to anything. So how can you expect a different outcome if you have not changed your approach? And I'm saying that not just for men, ladies too. I tried to come at this whole situation differently. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still pissed off because I feel like that bitch was disrespectful to me. And I'm not talking about because of me and him. I feel like she was disrespectful to me on a level of a woman. Because this is somebody that I know as an acquaintance. I at one point thought I may have been able to call her a friend, but wasn't. After the shit that she showed me, and then when she's sitting there questioning me on why we can't be friends, and I'm telling her, look at what you're doing. I hang with these type of people. I don't have friends that do this type of stuff. This is not what I associate myself with. Because I wouldn't do this to somebody. So I wouldn't want somebody to do this to me. And all my friends wouldn't do that to me. So when I'm sitting here trying to be calm, cool, and collective and be patient, and then it's like my patience and my feelings and everything being taken for granted, what the fuck do you expect me to do? And I'm wrong. And then when it's like, oh, everything come back on me, and I'm like, you know what, fine, fuck it, I don't need nobody, I don't want nobody around, then I'm also wrong. Like, that's why at times I be like, you know what? I'm just straight. I just want to go seclude myself in my house, shut my door, don't want to talk to nobody, don't want to see nobody, because it's just, I get tired, I get hurt, I get anxious, like, just dealing with the outside world. It's just like, it's so much that I go through and I deal with, and it just, I just don't know at times what to do, and I struggle because all I want to do is do the best and be the best that I can be, and to prove to myself that I know I'm better than any and everything that I've been put up against. And, you know, I know one day it's going to all pay off, and I know that everything I went through is for a reason. And I just want to turn it into laughter. I want to turn it into something that somebody can take and be like, you know what? She went through something similar. She made it. Because I look in, I watched the story and just to know what that girl went through at times, and it's like, I know what it was like. I know how she felt. Hell, I still feel that way. And to be like, I'm making it. I don't want someone to feel like they can't, like they are alone. And that feeling is one of the worst feelings in the world. To feel alone and you're surrounded by people, feeling like you ain't got nobody to talk to, you can't completely open up with no one, that is a difficult feeling. And that's something that I want people to understand. Like, you don't have to. You can find somebody. You can find one person that you can talk to. One person you can open up. One person you can be completely raw. They're not going to judge you. All they're going to do is just ask you questions to better help you figure out it. But I got to get into work. Talk to you later. One love.